Wait, who's picking me? Hassan is done, and you are so cute? Wait, what? Great, now chat's simping after me. Anyways, people saw you in the end part. Oh, people you saw in the end part were Newton. Okay, I recognize Isaac Newton, the father of computers, and Shakespeare on the synth. That's some pretty rich video of, just UK history right there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna go watch the Shoe on Head one. I'm pretty excited for this one. Why did it sound like it was in two line? 10 feet. 3 lines up? I don't know what that means. It's probably too late now because I just closed the thing. Oops. Hold on. Oh, you made 3 lines up in the chat. Count Duncula Pug is the one doing the salute. If you Google the text, you understand. I'll Google it later. Interesting, interesting. Okay, that's enough of the Sped Fox experience. It's back in ×1 speed.
Hello friends, my name is Shoe on Head, and welcome to my new series, The Hellworld Report.
Hi.
Some of you may remember my old series that was just called Hellworld. If you do, you can qualify for a veterans discount. Congratulations! And if you remember the Gamergate days, well, please come collect your retirement. But yeah,
I'm not
if you
that
have
old.
not seen my old series, go check it out. I will put the link to the playlist down below. I think it's a really interesting time capsule into the years 2020 and 2021, like how crazy it was back then, and then in retrospect comparing it to how crazy it is now. But this is a shorter, more condensed version of that series. Think of it as a Temu, Jon Stewart, or Stephen Colbert before they morphed into the same flavor of shitlib. You see,
I actually have no idea who those people are. Not a single cooking clue.
I'm better than those late night Jimmies because I don't get my news from mainstream sources like some kind of hack. No. I get them from far more reputable places like Instagram Reels and Femboy Groiper69 on Twitter.
So is this why this was in my recommended? Is this why, chat? Because of the femboy line? I'm on to you. You don't fool me.
From furry ballrooms and the Epstein files to OnlyFans green cards and kidnapping foreign leaders, from government-funded purple-haired girlfriends to a potential civil war, we have a very packed show for you today. It has been a crazy year, and it is only January. As I am filming this, we are currently...
Well, technically speaking, we're in February now, but we're only on, like, what, the 3rd? Yeah, the 3rd. It's been a wild, like, 30-odd days.
Having a huge winter storm.
This morning, snow, ice, and frigid temperatures sweeping across the nation. 20 states.
Wow, that's just like summer here.
Ah yes, perfect weather to make some poor immigrant deliver me chicken tendies. It's so cold that Michigan and Minnesota received reports about exploding trees. Leftists said no more ice, and God said...
Kaboom.
Anyway,
Apparently there was actually a Mythbusters episode where they tried to blow up a tree, but they were unsuccessful. Interesting that it's actually happening. Fun fact, opposite of the States, Chinamen down south are less masculine than the ones up north. Interesting, I had no idea.
News that should have stayed in 2016. Apparently there is a new term women have coined called man-keeping. Man-keeping is why women are done with dating. Researchers at Stanford have finally given a name to something many women have been dealing with for years. It's called man-keeping, and it's helping explain why so many women are stepping away from dating altogether. Man-keeping describes the emotional labor women end up doing in heterosexual relationships. It goes beyond remembering birthdays or coordinating social plans. It means being your partner's one-man support system, managing his stress, interpreting his moods, holding his hand through feelings he won't share with anyone else. All of it unpaid, unacknowledged, and often unreciprocated. I hate this therapy speak people talk with nowadays.
I also hate it. I hate therapy speak. I hate corpo speak. I hate lawyer speak. What's the other speak I hate? There's probably another one. Retard speak. Kind of similar to familiar to South Africa, you know? No fanboys here.
Emotional labor? You mean being there for your partner? This is why so many people are just gonna start dating ChatGPT. People thought men were gonna be the ones dating AI. No. They're gonna be the ones with these sex robots. Women are the ones who want the daily affirmation machines. Yes, honey, I love when you—
Feminist BS right there, true. You did that just because I said there were no fanboys, didn't you? I'm on to you. You don't fool me, accursed. I will get you back for that.
Talk about all the drama at work. Tell me more about that bitch Veronica. Man-spreading, mansplaining, man-interrupting, man-keeping, manscaping. Speaking of manscaping, before we dive into the news, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, a sponsor that can help you with your manscaping, Henson Shaving. For the last few decades, razors haven't been designed to work better, they've been designed to be marketed better. More blades, more features, more gimmicks, and skin irritation is just something you're told to deal with. A big cause for that irritation is
Shut up,
blade
Red
flights.
Paracetamol.
Most
It's not
razors
funny.
use springs to let the blades move as you shave. That causes extra friction and razor burn, so people use aftershave, cold water, moisturizer.
I drive shave. And I never ever cut myself. Skill issue, boys. Skill issue.
Or whatever. They fix the symptoms instead of the cause. But the question nobody asks is, should the blade actually move? How do we fix the actual problem? That's where Henson Shaving comes in. By fully supporting a two-sided blade all across its length at a 30-degree angle, they hold the blade in place to prevent any bouncing, skipping, just giving you an irritation-free shave. No springs, no movement, no reason to compensate with pressure. What separates Henson is the precision behind their design. With their Henson AL13 safety razor being manufactured in the same aerospace machine shop that built parts for the
You have baby face and woman hands. Why do you even shave? Oh, shut up, you. Go away. I do not have baby face or woman hands. I have a strong, chiseled Giga Chad face and manly, muscular hands. Go away. Water shave is really because I like to feel cool. Understandable.
International Space Station. This level of precision allows the blade to extend just 1/1000th of an inch beyond the shave plane, less than the thickness of a human hair. Since I switched to Henson like almost 2 years ago now,
Wait, hold up. I thought Henson was a guy's razor. Why is she using it?
I've noticed my shaves have been way silkier and smoother. No tugging, no cuts, just a close shave that feels great on my skin. And here is the best part. Once you invest in a Henson razor, it is a lifetime purchase. The only thing you'll need to replace is the blades, which cost 10.
Why sponsor women? Because, Red Paracetamol, the women have the highest ratio of male viewers. That's why. Make sense now? That's why whenever you see car adverts, military adverts, hot women. Unisex, not guys only? I see.
Cents each. So once you own the razor, you'll only be spending like $3 to $5 per year on blades, compared to the ongoing cost of buying those little plastic cartridges. Also, the Henson store offers a bunch of different colors, so you can pick out the razor that best suits your vibe. So if you're tired of razor burn, skin irritation, and paying for overpriced razor blades, Henson Shaving is definitely worth checking out.
One sec, guys. I need to bring this fan closer. I'm actually dying of heat here. Woo! Yo, I'm dying. Come on, go in, go in. Why is it so tight? Just go in. Oh, there we go. Woo. It's so much better. Woo. Okay, back. Where was I? That's what she said? Very funny. Did you just moan? No, I didn't. What are you talking about? Go in, go in. Why is it so tight? Just go in. Oh, talking about. Also, good morning, Archie's Fuyu. How you doing? Anyways, well, if the Papal States put in trad Catholic girls as something I might get for crusade, sign me up twice as much. Very funny. Very, very funny. Yeah, he No, I didn't! What are you talking about? You guys are capping for real. Also, I did put the fan on. Can you let me know if, like, the fan is causing interference with the audio quality? Just let me know, then I can put it, like, further away. Or up my audio dampener thingamabobble. Because I don't want the audio to shout trash. I'm okay, eating food, waiting for boyfriend? Oh, nice. What's your boyfriend doing? That you're waiting for him.
Just head over to hensonshaving.com/shoe and add both a Henson razor and 100 blades to your cart. Then enter the code SHOE at checkout to get the blades free with your purchase. Big thanks to Henson Shaving for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, as always, for—
I think he cummed as well, guys. That's it, you're getting banned for that. Big on!
not skipping the ad. You didn't, right? Now, let's get back to the video.
Don't have a boyfriend, need a boyfriend?
Alright.
Go to, buildaboy.com. There you go, you can find one there. Have it ordered to your house.
Let's start with some good news. The median age of home buyers is now 59. Yeah, but that's not all.
Alright, Chad, you gotta give me them subbies so I can buy a mansion. Just kidding. Oh, I'm never gonna be able to afford a house, it's over.
America's seniors will now see a new $6,000 bonus exemption as part of the Working Families Tax Cut. That's $93 billion in tax cuts for seniors all over the country. And by Working Families Tax Cut, they mean you, the working family.
I hate that so much. Tax all of those damn boomers. Give the exemptions and subsidies to the actual working class Americans. I'll just chill now because I'm eating. Nice.
Another billion-dollar wealth transfer to the most oppressed class. Boomers. Why are we giving these geriatric f***s another tax break? Maybe they should pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Maybe they should stop buying so much avocado toast.
I agree.
God forbid we help young families raise the next generation of Americans. No, that would be communism. Young people are poor as f*** nowadays. What are they supposed to do? Piper Raquel, 18, claims she made $2.9 million in a single day after launching OnlyFans.
Man, that's tough. Oh boy, that's tough. The world has become more and more degenerate, and it's actually it's basically just straight up out of hand. This is too much, guys. Everybody's broke, everybody's poor, everybody's being pushed out of their own country by third world immigrants and being tramped under the boots of big corporate governments. And the daughters are becoming whores. We need to launch the final crusade, like yesterday. And here you go, your business plan. No. Back in my day, we went to the library to jerk it using What? You need help. You need big help.
No more rights. No more women's rights. I am ready for the Islamic Revolution. Mayor Memdani, please press the Islamification button. I know the go-to joke is always, haha, women, am I right? But I think the real question here is, should men be allowed to have credit cards? This woman didn't magically create millions of dollars with her mind out of thin air. No. Millions of men made this woman a millionaire overnight. Where's the accountability for that? I'm out here policing the whores. We need some men to be out there policing the simps. We have a simp epidemic. Simps are out of control. Not all of them, though.
I agree.
Cool. They can stay. Also, isn't this like the third OnlyFans 18th birthday announcement and the woman turns into a millionaire overnight? Someone a little sus about that. But don't worry, thanks to AI, we are entering a new age of goonerism.
Oh no, Sar, please do not redeem. Please do not redeem, Sar.
Honestly, what's the big deal? Men are already talking to the guys in India who run the accounts of OnlyFans models.
It's literally me, but with a VTuber model.
Is this really any
Except
different?
they're not Indian.
The internet is slowly but surely just becoming Indian men scamming other Indian men. But don't worry, not every internet waifu is a man using AI. In fact, if you live in the UK, you may get a state-funded, far-right, purple-haired waifu. Introducing Pathways, a point-and-click video game created by the UK government to help prevent online radicalization.
Pathways is an educational visual novel and learning experience created by the
I'm
UK
not a fat
media
boy.
company Shoutout UK, with funding from UK government's Prevent program run by the Home Office. The game is meant to teach the youth about dangers of radicalization and extremism in both real life and online. This is done by putting the players in a role of a character named Charlie, who must navigate 6 different scenarios relating to extremism. In the second scenario, the player is introduced to the character Amelia, a staunch anti-immigration protester depicted as a goth girl with purple hair, a pink dress, and a choker.
And the internet instantly fell in love with her.
Yep, we just watched the video, guys.
It's like they made her have short purple hair thinking that that would prevent this from happening. But the UK failed to consider the fact that conservatives love art hoes. They act like they don't, they'll deny it, they'll pretend they just want a blonde traditional housewife, but deep down every conservative wants a woman who looks like this, who says
I'll check
the
it out later.
N-word.
True. That is very true. I'm from the UK, I've never heard of that. They shut it down pretty quickly afterwards.
Government-funded video
Because it
games.
failed really hard, it
Incredible.
backfired
At
massively.
least our government doesn't do weird shit like that. No, our government is very normal.
What? Is this a furry ball party? That's diabolical.
Believe it or not, Mar-a-Lago Furry Party was on my 2026 bingo card. I miss when this weird shit was just done underground. I miss when these parties were secret. Speaking of, the Epstein files were released. Wow.
Yeah, that's all black.
Incredible. The
She
things
looked like
they
she does
are showing
OnlyFans? Who? The person we're watching? That's rude.
us are eerie enough, I couldn't imagine the things that they're redacting. It is absolutely disgusting that these powerful people are still being
Diddy party to
protected.
market
We
party,
as a
that's
country should
wild.
be extremely concerned about an international child trafficking ring. This is not just something we all move from, and we kidnapped the president of Venezuela.
Breaking just now, Maduro, the president says,
That's
has
rude.
been captured.
Maduro has been captured
Shame
and
on you,
flown
Archies.
out of the country.
In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last.
I actually remember watching this as it happened. Well, as the reports came in, really. The weapon that they used, what was a discombobulator? That was wild. Apparently, it like make all of the Venezuelan soldiers like vomit and throw up with like headaches. They were clutching their heads. It was some crazy stuff that they got down there. He's a drug lord? Yep.
Night.
First pictures of Nicolas Maduro.
And he looks like, what's that one streamer? Dr. Disrespect? Yeah, literally. Do you saw Epstein footage, which a bunch of files, the recent batch? Oh yeah. Did you hear about, where Epstein was like, I don't know, doing something, and then Elon wanted to come in for a party, and then he had such big autism that Epstein basically had to spell it out that it was one of those kind of parties. He still didn't get it. Keeps getting worse, and it'll keep getting worse. Me with the eye mask on.
On the
Lol.
Iwo Jima that he was being transferred on.
Trump voters voted to fix the economy and to afford homes again. They didn't vote to kidnap communists in the middle of the night. Actually, they probably did vote for that.
Yep.
Never mind.
The oil companies are going to go in. They're going to spend money. We're going to take back the oil that, frankly, we should have taken back a long time ago.
Holy shit. This is the most transparent administration in history. They weren't lying. I don't know if it's the Stockholm Syndrome or what, but it's almost refreshing to hear a leader say, yeah, this is about oil. Like, thank you. Thank you, sir.
You know you're bad when Epstein doesn't want you at the party because you have too much gigotism.
Thank you for just saying it's about oil. Thank you for not pretending it's about saving democracy and just doing imperialism the old-fashioned way. We have such terrible Middle Eastern war fatigue that it was shocking to not hear about how
No,
Venezuela
Trump is not in
just
jail.
jealous of our freedoms or some shit. Like, no, it's just for ExxonMobil. Like, okay, carry on.
The US used a powerful mystery weapon that brought Venezuelan soldiers
Oh,
to
this
their
was the thing I was
knees,
talking about.
bleeding through their nose and vomiting blood during the daring raid to capture dictator Nicolas Maduro.
Yeah, if you're wondering why we don't have healthcare, this is why. We have
All the
invisible
oil
laser
money goes to
beams
Israel?
that can
True.
make people bleed out their f***ing eyes. Apparently, directed energy weapons are real. The Goy beam is real. Deep state
The Goy beam!
files files are real, Havana syndrome is real. Hell, it's almost like being a conspiracy theorist is just another word for being correct too early. What's next? COVID was fake?
There have been significant developments in the last 5 to 7 years on social, environment, and technology fronts that could help realize my carbon initiatives for shaping the future towards smart and sustainable cities. COVID-19 was the test of social responsibility. A huge number of unimaginable restrictions for public health were adopted by billions of citizens across the world. There were numerous examples globally of maintaining social distancing, wearing masks, mass vaccinations, and acceptance of contact tracing applications for public health, which demonstrated the core of individual social responsibility.
Beam, not bean.
Sorry,
beam.
I just owe many people many apologies.
Also, I think we just read. Very interesting that it was a test of social responsibility. Almost as if they're hinting that it was just manufactured specifically to test how much they could, you know, push the population into accepting regulation. Equals loss of loved one's death? Yeah, for very few, yes.
Oh, sorry, I just owe many people many apologies. Anyway, Venezuela has no president. Who is going to
It was
run
blown
Venezuela?
out of proportion.
So we are going to run the country.
A few moments later.
Hola, amigos. Yo soy su nuevo.
Oh, that is diabolical. They made Trump Venezuelan. That is wild. Oh, they are not pulling the punches with the Trump memes.
Presidente, el señor Donaldo J. Trumpo.
Can we maybe just fix our country first? Can we fix our broken infrastructure, our
Please.
education system? Can we do a little nation building in this nation? Can a bitch get a little regime change in our own country, please? And
I like her eyelashes.
modern American
They're really good. They're almost as good as mine. She's got really pretty eyes.
in nation building comes refugees. So who is gonna take in these Venezuelan refugees? Are we? Only the hot ones, apparently.
United States increasingly issuing work visas to OnlyFans models based on level
What?
of audience reach, according to the Financial Times.
So they're only letting in thoughts? Man, that's just horrible. Big school shooting, please, in the USA? I could do it. Arm every teacher with a gun. There you go, solved.
Imagine being an immigrant from like some poor country, working your ass off to get a work visa
But they
in the
won't do
United
that.
States, when all you had to do was bend over and show hold. Big booty Latinas to the front, tortas to the back. Anyway, now
Latino men we
my
keep.
president can kidnap your president. We're invincible. We can regime change anyone we want. Who's next? Canada, Greenland, Cuba? Cuba's literacy rates are higher than ours. Maybe they should come liberate our dumbasses. Kids are swiping on books. But f it.
Oh yeah, I also read this article. That is actually crazy. What is going on with the younger generation over there? They're just like these Gen Alpha, Cocomelon tablet brain-rotted kids who have no reading comprehension. They have no literacy to speak of. And when they go to school, they try and swipe on a book. Like, okay, I understand. You're a tired man, you're drunk, you'll probably have a book in your hand. Maybe you'll do it because you're not in your right mind, but kids shouldn't be doing that. That is just crazy. You're raising a generation of retards.
The Donroe Doctrine, baby. Let's go. America is back. Dick Cheney is looking up at us smiling.
You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship. Their days are numbered.
Trump, listen to me. Wait, Trump doesn't watch this shit. Vance, listen to me. Get people like Lindsey Graham far away from anyone in power right now. This little Venezuela stunt
I
was
agree.
cute, but we are not touching any other countries. We are not touching the Middle East, especially. No more Middle East. We all have Middle East fatigue. We are done. This whole thing really put into perspective just how weird it was that we were there like for 20 years. You mean we could have just been in and out in a few hours? I guess those poppy fields couldn't maintain themselves though.
Uh-oh. Isn't it funny that all the crazy liberals were crying about the whole Venezuelan thing, whereas the Venezuelan citizens had the complete opposite reaction? They were celebrating in the streets that a drug lord criminal who had been oppressing them for years finally had some form of justice dealt to him. Don't touch England. England basically touched itself. It is a complete... It's basically an authoritarian abyss. I would not want to go to the UK under any circumstance. They're completely cooked. Probably the only way that England's problems are going to be solved is with the revolution. More like, please touch UK. Yeah, I bet a lot of normal UK citizens really want some foreign aid. They are too cooked, I agree. They're really, really cooked.
Yeah, sorry, excuse me. But did you forget to check in with Lilith, the barista from Bushwick, and see how she feels about this?
Trump said the United States will be running Venezuela! Woo! A colony! Woo! Imperialism! All
I'm from the UK, my sincerest condolences.
for what? So a fucking multinational corporation can get profit!
You know what's funny is I basically said the exact same thing this person said, but I said it less loudly. She has a nose ring and I don't, so I'm right and she's wrong. End of story.
But they said the same thing. What?
I guess this is just what happens when you dismantle the soft power of things like USAID. We're no longer doing secret regime change operations behind the scenes. Now we're just straight up kidnapping other world leaders in the dead of night and just saying it's about oil, which honestly kind of makes me believe it's not about oil. They're never that blatant, right? I mean, what could it be? Like, Israel isn't behind this one.
Hey, didn't Venezuela not have a Rothschild bank? They're gonna have one now.
Right?
The implications here are really great for the Venezuelan.
He was about to say Israelis. I knew it. UK would see an uneducated Indian, African, Arab before calling them a dog. Yep. Kidnap all the veiled VTubers and let's keep them in my bed? No. What? What's wrong with you, man? Behave.
People.
Oh, god damn it. You know, people say I have Israel derangement syndrome, but I'm sorry, I can't help it when they get on TV and say shit like this.
No, it's difficult to hear, but it's time to limit the First Amendment in order to protect it, and quickly before it's too late.
Oh wow, what's that? Israel wants to take your rights away? Huh? What could they possibly mean by that? What did he just say about the... what did he say? What? What are you talking about? Nuck said this billionaire is a libtard? Which one? This one here?
What do you mean?
I mean that we need to control the platforms, all the social platforms. We need to stack rank the authenticity of every person that expresses themselves online.
Wow, he sounds just like the UK government. Interesting.
And take control over what they are saying based on that ranking.
The government.
The government should
control social media.
Yeah, should do that.
Try explaining that to someone without showing them the video.
Oh, for some reason, the AI mod deleted this guy's comment. I don't know why. It's fine. I'll read it out. In the UK, we'll let Africans and other learn what they want. And what they do is not based on race. I have absolutely no idea what you're trying to say. Can you try to reword that for me? Like, the only part I understood is that you let in Africans. Like, just explain the middle part.
Go ahead. Yeah, there's a Jewish billionaire named Shlomo who wants to control the internet.
He's not the only one, though. I bet there's more Shlomos.
Like, okay man, you're in too deep. No more Instagram reels for you. Anyway, you should have just let us play video games. Now we're perp walking the president of Venezuela down the streets of New York City. But hey, leftists, just think of it this way. By bombing and kidnapping, instead of just doing the usual covert psyops, we saved maybe, what? $1 billion? $1 billion
$1 trillion,
go
damn.
to other, more important things, like defense contractor stock buybacks and empty Somalian daycares, apparently.
This is MAGA YouTuber Nick Shirley, back at a daycare in Minnesota.
Interesting that they brand him as a MAGA YouTuber instead of a journalist. Because they want to frame him with bad optics to discredit everything he says. Sounded like he said they let immigrants immigrate. But reality shows they don't want to. I see. I would agree with that. There's a very poor integration happening over there.
alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video. Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds.
The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers.
It's not like Nick Shirley was the first person to expose this either, but now it exploded. And the fallout has been bizarre, to say the least. The funniest part had to be when the infamous Learning Center
Paracetabol's
claimed
correct.
to have been broken into the night this all went viral.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book.
Wow, they broke in and only stole important documentation that would have settled the debate on whether or not they were committing fraud? Wow, what a coincidence! Wow.
This is devastating news.
Oh no, somebody broke into the daycare and stole all the paperwork we needed to prove we are a legit operation. Please ignore my suspicious exact paperwork we need to prove we are a legit operation shaped belly. Listen, no hate to the Somalians, but when my family came here 100 years ago, we did organized crime the right way. We would have had tin walls and cement shoes at the bottom of Lake Superior. This is just sad. This is cartoonishly pathetic. Listen, nobody is gonna want to support government programs if they think it's all going to like this. If you want people to support a welfare state, you have to make sure that welfare is actually going to real things that help real people. Listen, it's already hard enough to convince a right-wing audience that there's more to leftism than Reddit and butt sex. Now I have to convince them the wealth redistribution I advocate for isn't all going to Somalian welfare pirates. Thanks. That money should be spent on more important things like New Gaza. That's right, the World Economic Forum and Jared Kushner are proud to present New Gaza. Yes, the demolition project is finally complete, folks. Time to build a Sweetgreen and a fucking Deloitte branch on—
Hate all the Somalis? Wait, what? No, all the hate to Somalis are American, but go scam your own countries? Yes. I don't think all Somalians are bad. But I can say with certainty that at least 99 to 100% that have gone to Minnesota or whatever are probably bad. And you should stop letting them in, take them back to their own country, and this should apply for all countries. Kick out the immigrants, make your country great again. Did he look Somalian? Crazy. Your first priority as a government is to the natural inhabitants of the place you govern. Stop letting in Africans, Middle Easterners, South Asian, you name it. Stop letting them in by the millions and have them commit crime and fraud all over the place. I would have it, we have no immigrants whatsoever. And if you came in here from another country and you committed a crime, instead of deportation, it would be execution. Simple as that. And I mean a crime besides illegal immigration. If it's just illegal immigration, well, you're going to get deported. And I will do this for every single one of them.
Top of the bodies of thousands of dead children. Hell is not hot enough, ladies and gentlemen. Hell is not hot enough. Anyway, because of all this fraud stuff, Tim Walz is stepping down, which is sad to see because he has to be one of my favorite characters in modern America lore. The first white male DEI hire, the last white dude for Kamala Harris, a dying breed. But hey, maybe this marks an official end to the Kamala Harris era, and we can move on and focus on rebuilding the Democratic Party to something more—
Harris stepping toward another White House run.
Lol.
No, we are not doing this.
You guys should make it law that no one under the age of 35 can run for Congress or president. You'd have a very, very different government if that were the case.
No. I swear to God, the Democratic Party is like an old friend addicted to heroin or something. You want to help them, you do everything you can to help them, but they don't listen. They keep doing stupid things and hurting themselves. But you just can't give up on them. You can't. You want to see them get better. You know deep down, they could be how they used to be. But it's hopeless. And all your other friends keep saying to you, just forget them. Just forget them, it's not worth it. Come hang out with us instead. But those friends are on crack. Those friends are on crack cocaine. This Minneapolis fraud thing is looking pretty bad for Tim Walz and the Democrats. People aren't just gonna forget about this And an ICE officer just shot a woman in the face in Minneapolis.
You can hear the agents tell the woman to get out of the car and approach the SUV. The woman then drives forward. That's when the shots are fired, the car crashing.
As I was writing this video, an innocent woman was picking her kids up from school when an ICE officer jumped in front of her car and randomly shot her in the face. Or an angry protester was blocking the road and tried to run over an ICE officer with her car, so he shot in self-defense.
It's the latter.
Depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you voted, apparently. The way I see it, this woman was not trying to hit him. She was not trying to run him over. I think she was trying to drive away. And in an alternate universe, he dodges the car and she drives away. And it's easy to be like, oh, in hindsight, he should have done this, he should have done that. That's like so much of the discourse right now I'm seeing is just in hindsight this, in hindsight that. And it's easy for us to say in hindsight, you know, after the fact. It's easy to say he could have, he should have, but all he saw was a car revving up and going towards him. This has been one of the most insane political Rorschach tests I've ever seen in my life. It really all comes down
I
to
don't know
how
what a
you
Rorschach
view
test
ICE
is.
and police officers in general. Many, not all, leftists view ICE as completely illegitimate. Same with the police, they want to abolish both. So you're not going to get a real unbiased conversation with those people. Because why the f should a protester respect ICE in the first place? And many, not all, conservatives tend to be complete and utter f***ing bootlickers. Completely unable to criticize anything the police do. ICE can do no wrong. Don't tread on me becomes tread harder, daddy, real fast. This is extremely
She's actually right. You basically fall on two ends of the extreme, where in one case they're evil and can do no right, in the other case they're godly and based and can do no wrong. In reality, it's probably somewhere edging towards the middle, where the ideal you should have is that they should be doing the job assigned to them and not overstepping their boundaries, and if they do, they should be punished for it.
Aggravating discourse, and you should be questioning anyone who takes a really firm, hard stance either way and like can't fathom how the other side is seeing what they are seeing. The first episode of my old Hellworld series was actually all about police brutality. It was all about police brutality towards innocent protesters. I was a little more ACAB-y back then. I was a little more libbed the f*** out back then. But hey, to be fair to me back then, that is what happens when you live in the sheltered suburbs of Long Island in your parents' basement versus having a kid and living in the city for 4 years. The police are a taxpayer-funded HR department for structural violence. They exist solely to protect the rights of private property. Yeah, we need more police. Police are good. Police are great. Give the police more guns. More guns. Give them more guns. Tanks.
Hell yeah, boys! Tanks!
My overall opinion is still basically the same. I'm very critical of the police. I am very pro First Amendment. Protesting is a fundamental American right, and we can't just go around labeling protesters domestic terrorists. That is an insane, slippery slope. And if you support that, I promise you it will come back to bite you in the ass. So good luck in 2028 when President Newsom knocks you up.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Pause. Freudian slip.
What? Whoa, what's going on here? Good luck in 2028 when President Newsom locks you up for protesting against mandatory forced feminization or whatever the f it is Democrats do. What do they do? Nothing. They do nothing.
Nothing ever happens.
No, I left this joke blank. Something pronouns. Like, God forbid the state ever turns me into Swiss cheese and the president's like, she was a radical leftist lunatic. The people called her Commie Mommy. Can you believe that? Folks? Commie Mommy. Sad. And some people were like,
Commie Mommy. That would kill me, holy.
Straight up mocking this woman, celebrating it, and then when people were like, what the f***, they were like, well, you got Charlie Kirk, so now we got one of your guys. Is that what we're doing now? We're just gonna keep killing each other back and forth? Is that what this is now? Like some kind of civil war? Who gets me in the national divorce? Hell yeah, 2 Christmases. Like, you agreed with me when I was upset about the reactions people had about Charlie Kirk, and then you're over here like, boo-hoo, she was a stupid libtard. Honestly, some of you just don't have morals. You have like temporary weapons you can use to bludgeon people you don't like when you have the chance. You and all the people who mock Charlie Kirk are all going in the pit, and you can come out when you learn how to be normal. In my opinion, a lot of focus on illegal immigration should go to the employers employing illegal immigrants for cheaper scab labor. I feel like that's really important, and
it's probably one of the main reasons we have that. Like, the 2 biggest players, I'd imagine, in the whole immigration crisis is Big Corpa and governments. Governments because the more people they import, the more votes they can get, and corporate because the more people they can import, the less they have to pay to run their business. More often than not, they're both in each other's pockets, paying each other to lobby and run for the exact same issues which benefit them both.
Like, we're not doing that. It's kind of interesting that the government is focused so hard on immigration right now, but like, apparently hasn't made any, like, real actual legislative change to the laws of immigration. Dragging Jose out of Home Depot might work for now, but they have to be working on something more substantial, right? Well, Palantir, the company named after the evil crystal ball in Lord of the Rings, right, is apparently working on a new tool for ICE. And what does it do? Oh, nothing really. Just creates a map of deportation targets, pulls up a dossier on them, and assigns them a confidence score. Because if there's one thing we can trust, it's a private Silicon Valley tech company's algorithm deciding who gets disappeared. Every single surveillance tool starts by simply protecting us. It's only gonna affect the baddies. But who are the baddies? Today it's illegal immigrants, tomorrow it's furries, next week it's people who are into feet, and before you know it, it's fans of VTubers.
Looks like you're going to go, chat. I'm sorry. It's over. You had a good run while it lasted, but, the government's coming for you.
You know, on second thought, I don't buy into the propaganda that simply enforcing border security, something every developed country has, is akin to Nazi Germany. Sorry, I don't. Build a wall? Hitler. Deport illegal immigrants? Hitler. Just kick out the criminal ones, at least? Hitler. Like, there's no other option besides open borders that is acceptable to some people, and I don't get that. What I do get, however, is that people don't want to live under a Palantir police state, where people can't even film ICE agents without getting put on some kind of f***ing list. I feel like there has to be some kind of normal, sane option besides total free-for-all, globo-homo versus Peter Thiel, nightmare tech bro dystopia. Like, how is it not possible to just, like, be normal, be normal, be normal, be normal? But hey, it's cool the DHS created a portal where you can see all the people they have been deporting. One guy was deported back to Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia doesn't exist anymore.
Oh yeah, didn't they disband Yugoslavia some years back? And how did they deport him there? Where'd they drop him off? Did they drop him off?
We sent that motherfucker back in time. Listen, what happened to Renee Good was a tragedy. It was terrible, but hopefully nothing like this ever happens again. And another person was shot by ICE in Minneapolis.
According to a preliminary Department of Homeland Security report, 2 Border Patrol agents discharged their weapons, seen here in graphic cell phone video captured by eyewitnesses. 10 shots fired off in total in just seconds. Preddy pronounced dead on the scene.
To be absolutely clear, stuff is still coming out about this as I am filming. Literally, as I am filming, this happened. You know, there's no body cam footage yet, so I could be totally wrong. Totally possible, totally possible. However, first impressions of watching the video at multiple angles, multiple times. Yeah, I think they just fucking murdered that guy.
RIP. Rest in peace, bro.
It looks like they took his gun and then shot him. Like 10 officers come over to him, wrestle him to the ground, the agent disarms him, take his gun, they yell gun, 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 and then they shoot him several times in the back. More information can come out, but the compulsive bootlicking I have been seeing has been fucking insane.
Why does a nurse feel compelled to go confront ICE armed with a 9mm handgun?
Only one person could have prevented this from happening, and it's Alex Preddy.
Yeah, who goes to a protest and brings a gun?
Who is that guy?
Look, if the government can take a firearm from you and then kill you because you had a firearm, then nobody actually has a right to own a firearm. If that is how it works, then there's actually no such thing as the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment does not exist. I feel like some people—
Wait. Are you guys allowed to carry firearms in protests? I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do that. Just as long as you don't point and shoot at someone.
People genuinely just forget that police are just people. ICE officers are just people. They're literally just people who work for the government like anyone else. They're DMV employees with guns. They can be stupid. They can be bad. They can make mistakes. Like, I don't know what it is about some people. Like, once someone has a badge, it's like, that person is just a perfect angel and cannot be criticized at all. You're telling me all I have to do to get you
Pause. Shoo, this is too much. The simps are gonna go wild for this. They're gonna ask the Kami Mami for the cuffs. I don't even want to know what reaction this will have.
Can people listen to me is to dress like this? Alright, fair enough. Stop gooning.
Hear that, chat? Stop gooning!
None of this would have happened if ICE agents were being trained better instead of being rushed through the system with little to no training. And if Minnesota just worked alongside ICE to make sure they were doing this in a safe and more effective way instead of just egging on a fucking jihad against them. Also, if ICE's goal is to round up pedophiles and fraudsters, I hear there's a pretty big list of pedophiles and fraudsters that need to be rounded up. Unfortunately, we'll never fucking get to see it. I'm trying to make this video somewhat funny and entertaining, but I'm not gonna lie, this is really bleak. Is America okay? Can we please go one single day without living through a major historical event, please? And a bunch of new Epstein files just—
Don't worry, guys. Nothing ever happens. Always bet on nothing. I'm a full no happenings chud.
dropped. Great. We're going to war with Iran soon, aren't we? Where was I? This just says Mr. Beast tendies. What? Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wait,
this
what?
is simulating a chicken's body and the cells are just multiplying. Honestly can't tell the difference. What the heck?
I will not live in a pod. I will not eat the Antichrist lab-grown chicken tendies. Oh.
That sounds like something developed and pushed by the World Economic Forum. People eat the bugs, und live in the pod, und eat the lab meat. Good guy.
I completely forgot about this. Sorry, I am not on my Vyvanse today, folks. I forgot to take my normal pills. It wasn't long before the race hustlers took advantage of the terrible Renee Good situation in Minneapolis.
Say Her Name is a movement started by Black women, for Black women specifically, and it's not appropriate to use in regards.
Why is bro wearing Egna from The Incredibles glasses? You have gotta be on some serious soy to wear glasses like that as a dude. That is way too far, man. You need to be 80 and a grandma to rock those. I'm sorry, dude. You just look like a Redditor.
To Renee Good.
She deserves a hashtag and everything. It should not be Say Her Name. Say Her Name is reserved for Black women.
This is not for any other race. Simple as that.
Say Her Name is specifically reserved for Black women.
Say Her Name is for Black women.
Who cares?
Feels kind of wrong being here in some way. I don't know why.
Why do you think? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why. That's called white guilt, honey. That's the white guilt you're feeling.
We need to get rid of this white guilt.
It's amazing. You could literally be killed by the state for the cause. And these fucking people will still disgrace you for the curse of being born Caucasian. This is very woke 1.0. I thought it was dark woke time.
Nobody forgetting when they're good. She has achieved the highest honor a white person can achieve.
Wait, what?
Race traitor.
She has achieved the highest honor a white person can achieve. Race traitor. And this type of psychotic
Please tell me
rhetoric
that's not
seems to be
real.
working. Because like 70% of the videos I see of people like trying to disrupt ICE has been white women. White women literally throwing themselves at armed officers like lemmings off a fucking cliff for street tacos. What?
I think, just to be safe, we need to round up every white woman between the ages of like 30 and 90 and put them all in a box. We'll see what happens overnight. I'm pretty sure the country would immediately see profound and good changes.
What the hell is going on with white women? Who will save the white race?
Oh no.
Ah yes, Hitler's strongest soldiers. A Mexican, a Dominican, a black guy, and a looksmaxer.
That looksmaxer is none other than Clavicular. Clavicular is a Gen Z influencer and live streamer who got his start within the niche red pill communities and has recently blown up to mainstream popularity, especially in right-wing circles. His main claim to fame is looksmaxing. Looksmaxing, for those of you who are employed, is—
Looksmaxing is a term for aggressively maximizing one's physical attractiveness through routines like skincare, facial exercises, mewing, fitness, and sometimes extreme cosmetic procedures. Originating in online incel forums but popularized on TikTok, focusing on enhancing features like jawline and bone structure.
I personally think it's interesting to see men adopting the insane beauty rituals that women have been doing for decades. But now that a man is doing it, it's seen as psychopathic or gay. A woman will literally spend thousands of dollars on hair, makeup, skincare, peptides, plastic surgery, fillers, Botox, red light therapy,
By the way, all of this is a scam. I use soap. Simple bar of soap for 25 years and I'm very handsome. You guys are being scammed if you're paying money for anything other than a $2 bar of soap to put on your skin. I'm sorry.
water, and we just call her Stacey. But a man does it and we call him Patrick Bateman. A woman reshapes her entire face with makeup? Normal. A man reshapes his jawline with makeup? Gay. A woman wears a push-up bra to make her tits look bigger? Empowering. A man shoves socks in his shoes to make himself taller? A liar. A woman gets lip filler? Typical. A man smashes his face with a hammer to make his jaw swell up? Okay, yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Insane. One of the look-smashing tips some young men are apparently doing is called bone smashing, where they take a hard object, usually a hammer, and smash the bones in their face to make their face temporarily swell up and allegedly give them that Chad jawline. Honestly, don't knock it till you try it. Here we go.
I guess it works.
Perfect. So that concludes this episode of the Hellworld Report. If you liked it, please subscribe and
It would be even funnier if she put on the clown makeup. That would have been just perfect.
Consider donating to my Patreon, link down below. It helps the channel and I appreciate it so much. If you don't want to do that, you can also put a little tip down in the tip jar somewhere over here somewhere. I feel like a barista. Yeah, it's just gonna ask you something on the screen down there. If you have some stories you want me to cover in the next
You guys tip your
Hellworld
baristas?
Report,
That's
be
weird.
sure to send them to me on Twitter at ShoeOnHead. I will give you a little shout out if I wind up using the story in the next episode. Okay, and I will see you guys with a new fun slop video. I keep promising a slop video and then terrible things keep happening. I'm sorry. Next video.
Give
is
us a slop, woman.
video. I promise. Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Who's big government's good little boy? You.
No! Anyways. Oh, that was fun. Am I subscribed? Yeah, I am. Let's give her a like. That was amazing, boys. A lot of happenings. Very nicely covered by ShoeOnHead. Also, thanks Red Paracetamol for the reel. I will check it out at some point. Probably after the stream. Yeah.